Today, the world watches a crisis no one understands, one that began in the cold shadows of Alberta's northern plains. It started quietly, without alarms, without warning. A single blinking red light inside a remote pipeline control hub. Then another, and then all at once, silence. The system went dark. For the first hour, officials insisted it was routine maintenance. For the second hour, they claimed it was a software patch. But by hour 3, whispers leaked out, whispers of something no one wanted to say out loud. The pipeline network had been hacked, and no one knew by whom. Energy markets trembled. Border agents in both Canada and the U.S. were put on alert. And somewhere over the Persian Gulf, Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney's plane continued its scheduled flight to the UAE, unaware, or perhaps entirely aware, of the chaos unfolding back home. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. Because this story doesn't begin with a hack. It begins 2 days earlier when an anonymous email arrived in the inbox of an Alberta maintenance engineer. A single sentence. Do you know what sleeps beneath your lines? He ignored it. Who wouldn't? A prank. A joke. A strange line from someone seeking attention. But the next day, an envelope appeared inside the secured control center. An envelope no one remembered scanning in, containing a USB drive labeled only with the number 27. The engineer reported it, of course, because procedures demanded it, but the envelope vanished before security could inspect it. Some say an officer logged it out. Others claim it was never recorded at all. Whether connected or not, the timing was impossible to ignore. Back to the blackout. By hour 4, Alberta Premier Danielle Smith called an emergency meeting. She demanded answers, every possible explanation, no matter how unlikely. A cybersecurity breach, a rogue employee, mechanical failure. None matched the pattern of the pipeline's simultaneous shutdowns, nor the ghost-like signatures buried in the code. Fragments of unfamiliar commands written in a mix of English, Cyrillic, and something resembling Arabic, but not quite. By hour 5, the United States weighed in. President Trump issued a statement filled with his usual bold certainty. Except this time, it rang strangely hollow, that the situation was totally under control. But markets didn't believe him. Neither did the analysts decoding the attack. Every minute of silence from the pipeline sent another ripple through global fuel prices. Rumors flourished. A foreign government, a domestic extremist group, a whistleblower trying to reveal something hidden deep within the energy grid. Some even speculated the hack was staged, an inside operation timed perfectly with Prime Minister Carney's UAE tour. After all, why was Carney still traveling when his country's most critical infrastructure was collapsing? Why did his office release no comments, no statements, not even a reassurance? Officials claimed he was in meetings. They said he was addressing energy partnerships abroad. But leaked flight data logs suggested his plane made an unscheduled 2-hour stop over the Indian Ocean, without any public explanation. The logs were later retracted, dismissed as errors, but screenshots circulated faster than the corrections did. So what truly happened that night? By hour 6, technicians managed to break into a fragment of the corrupted pipeline interface. What they found wasn't a message, not exactly. It was a countdown, a timer, slowly ticking down from 19 hours. No instructions, no threats, no ransom demand. Just time slipping away. Investigators scrambled to determine what would happen when the timer reached 0. Would the pipeline rupture? Would the network permanently lock? Would the encryption override itself, erasing every control system across the grid? No one knew, and no one dared to guess. Meanwhile, citizens reported strange events across Alberta. Drone sightings above restricted zones. Brief power flickers at facilities not tied to the pipeline. The reappearance of the USB envelope, this time delivered anonymously to a Calgary newsroom, empty except for a fresh handwritten note. We warned you, but you still don't see. Panic simmered into fear. Fear sharpened into suspicion. As hour 8 approached, Canadian military units quietly mobilized around key sites, though officials publicly denied any unusual movements. American cyber teams arrived in Ottawa, claiming to offer assistance, though some questioned whether they were there to help or to contain. In these moments of spiraling confusion, one voice finally emerged. A former pipeline consultant, retired for years, who appeared on a late-night radio show claiming he recognized the code signature. He said he had seen something similar during a classified project decades earlier. Something sealed under non-disclosure agreements, so strict he could barely hint at its purpose. His warning chilled listeners. It's not about the pipeline, he said. It's about what the pipeline protects. When pressured for details, the broadcast abruptly cut off. The station chalked it up to technical interruptions. But recordings captured a faint sound just before the transmission died. A clicking noise like rapidly typed keystrokes, or perhaps a connection forcibly severed. By hour 10, theories multiplied. A global coalition working in the shadows. A group of insiders acting on buried knowledge. An artificial intelligence experiment gone wrong. Some insisted the timer wasn't meant to trigger destruction. It was meant to reveal something. Unlock something. Release a message to the world about what was really hidden beneath Alberta's soil. Yet no piece of evidence fit neatly with the others. Every explanation contradicted another. Every clue dissolved under scrutiny. And still, the timer ticked. Hour 12 brought the most unsettling development of all. Prime Minister Carney finally issued a statement from the UAE. He looked calm, far too calm. He spoke of temporary disturbances and routine technical adjustments. But behind him, reflected faintly in the polished embassy glass, viewers spotted something strange. A screen displaying a countdown matching the one in Alberta, down to the second. Had he known all along? Was he watching the same clock from half a world away? And if so, why wasn't he coming home? Hour 13 arrived with a quiet dread. Experts huddled over monitors, searching for patterns in the corrupted code, but every time they believed they understood a fragment, the system rewrote itself, as if the intrusion were alive, adapting, anticipating their moves. A senior analyst whispered that the code behaved less like a virus and more like a warning beacon, pulsing at intervals that matched seismic readings beneath northern Alberta. No one dared say what that might imply. And still, the timer glowed, steady and merciless, counting down toward an unseen revelation that felt far larger than a simple pipeline hack. As the world speculated, as distrust thickened, as the minutes drained away into darkness, one truth became impossible to ignore. Whoever, or whatever, was behind this had planned every detail with flawless precision. They understood the pipeline's vulnerabilities. They understood the political landscape. They understood exactly how to make governments freeze in uncertainty. And the closer the timer crept toward zero, the more people began to fear that the hack wasn't the real event at all. It was only the beginning.